Ravenking is able to kind of claw his way in and really suffocate Redacious out of the win. So we'll see what adaptations Red made between or made in that last set that he can apply here, and how far that's actually going to carry him now that Ravenking has had a couple of games under his belt and has more information to work with.
Right, and Red just playing a lot of very suffocating sets today. Obviously playing Ravenking in winners, and then right into Sir Dank afterward. Both two characters very suffocating, both in your face, very high APM. So we'll see what he learned from the first set. We'll see what he learned from that Dank set, because very aggressive neutral here already.
And I want to put out that already Red did a really good job of, like, yeah, you might have taken like 60% against Ravenking here, like to open up, but what's important is that he stalled out that Arsene very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Arsene was gone pretty fast, but Ravenking doing a really good job, just not really caring about that like at all. He's like, I'm still gonna find a way to find the stock. I love that up B as well.
Very nice. What a good weight.
Yeah. The reason Red's up Bs are so good, he has accredited to Ravenking. Because Ravenking has gotten so good at finding a back air on Red's recoveries, it forced Redacious to get really creative with the way he uses up B. Oh my god.
Very weird interaction there. I think he clipped the stage a little bit, managed to cheat death. Ooh. No tech on that block.
Yeah, just barely. And Red, using these no iron down airs to stall off stage. I love the aggressive up B off the ledge again. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about, right? The really creative applications of the up B. And oh my gosh, catching the down tilt with a grab. No more Arsene for you either. Love air dodging. Air dodge canceling off of the block as well to avoid any of those back airs or, really scary aerials that Ravenking could have put out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like the thing about this matchup is like, Steve is more than capable of stalling out Joker just in the entire matchup. Joker, a character that wants to be in, Steve, a character that is very good at keeping people out. But he just showing that like he doesn't need to be scared of all this stuff. He's not hiding behind blocks. He's not just sitting there mining. And even when he's stalling out Arsene, he's still... It still looks like he's aggressing,
Yeah, he's playing in a way that is making it a little bit... It's forcing Ravenking to kind of second guess his approaches with Arsene, which is something he hasn't had to do previously, right? We're finding more creative ways to land with these triple blocks in the air there. We're finding more creative ways to use minecart as well. I'm liking something I saw in that last set was him using minecart and then jump air dodging immediately out of it so that you can avoid things like Arsene back airs or retreating back airs from Arsene and whatnot. But Ravenking is able to find that stock there, and there's no way you can get around that.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. Love that a little bit of counterplay Steve's kind of found against tether recoveries, just placing 2 blocks in an anvil. It's like you kind of have to hold that, and we're going to walk the dog across the stage here. Red is a player who can find stocks like that, but no stock for him. Ravenking a little too good to allow something like that to happen to him just right away, but that is an Arsene on deck, and Red is in a scary position. You're on ledge against Arsene at what could just be kill percent.
Ooh, yeah. Does miss that fair out of there, though. Allows Redacious just a big enough window to get back off stage. Gonna reset neutral here. A lot of swinging going on.
Yeah, just a lot of scrambling here, but what we really need to see from Red is... Oh my gosh, that could have been so scary. What we need to see from Red is just a little bit more patience. Arsene is almost gone, and there it is. Now can we find our way back to stage, right? We're able to get off the ledge, but what you have to do is actually be able to reset, and
Yeah. And it's like, it gets to a certain point where it's like, like Red is doing a good job at challenging Joker's neutral here, but he didn't get diamond a single time that game. He didn't get to craft it all. Yeah. And that's your X factor as Steve, that's your biggest thing. And it's like, like at a certain point, you really have to switch up that tempo, especially against Joker, because like I said, like Joker is going to struggle to get behind those blocks. You do have the luxury of being able to sit there, mine, craft a little bit. So maybe we'll see a little bit of a tempo change in this matchup.
He started off very strong.
Yeah,
very strong opener, and for every stock really. But it just really was when it came down to the wire, these scramble situations that he was kind of struggling to kind of keep his nerves under control. Where Ravenking is just going to capitalize off of things like that just so suddenly.
Well, ledge guard situation here. Ravenking so good at this ledge today.
Ooh, yeah, we're able to catch that Rebels guard with a couple of up tilts and a TPC back air off the top platform as well. And oh my gosh, we're still off stage. Yeah,
very nice.
Can we find a way back? I love putting the anvil there on that block. It kind of forces Ravenking to find a more creative way because, you know, he's so used to like breaking those blocks. Now you can't, right? You break those blocks and that is a hit. That's a falling hitbox that you have to deal with. These kind of empty minecarts being thrown out as well, and I love the way that Red is playing around Arsene. Really, really good stuff for him here. Now we're going to let Ravenking make it back to ledge, and I'm okay with a couple of these no ones on ledge for Ravenking, right? Because, you know, Red just loves these. Oh my god.
Yeah, just do it. Why not?
I love the block cancel, the forward smash block cancel into the minecart. It's something that like Steve has, right? That people kind of tend to forget about until it's a little too late.
It's just like one of those things where it's like, you know, just rip it when you can.
Ooh, really good, kind of little knockback sacking there coming out from Red there, able to find the combo off of the minecart into the forward air. But what I was going to say a little bit earlier was I do think that Red is doing a really good job like recognizing that Ravenking is jumping from ledge with these you know, nil ones on the ledge when he's kind of hanging there. What I'd like to see is that later on in the set, once Ravenking is at these higher percents, right, these hundreds, these 120s and whatnot, instead of going for things like down tilt or down smash, things that Red is so known for, I'd like for him to actually catch those jumps from ledges with nil one up smash.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're throwing it there, so Ravenking is going to be expecting it as much as possible. Oh my god, but it doesn't matter. Like that aside, Red is stealing away this game.
Yeah,
what a crazy conversion with the double forward air forcing Ravenking on ledge. And oh my god, 71% already on the third stock.
Red really just exploding here. Very, very confusing situation. Ravenking probably reeling a little bit there. Really losing this disadvantage percent, building up. Oh, bad counter on the up smash. Not quite gonna kill though.
Yeah, and we're able to find a little bit of something there, right? Red has the walls behind him, so he's able to just kind of chill out. You're only at 63%, by the way, on your second stock.
Yeah, like
if you play this well. Oh my
wow,
god.
yeah, no tech in that. That's a strong minecart.
That's just that was an unfortunate position to be in as Ravenking because like you're stuck in a really awkward position because you want to go down there because you have so much success back airing those minecarts.
Right.
But if you are not careful, especially at those higher percents, that's just death. But unfortunately, when you're at those higher percents, you have to take more risks like that.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily, especially against Steve, you can't necessarily afford to play more careful when you're down and down on the count.
And it really comes back to that creativity off stage, because there really is so much Steve can do. He can play very defensive off stage. He can be aggressive. He can just throw out minecarts like that and just kill you off stage like that. But you know, like you see it a lot with Steve. You know, like a lot of these stall and falls, a lot of these momentum changes in the air. And Joker has them too with stuff like gun.
Oh my god,
goodness.
Yeah. Joker is going to be able to make it back from there, but we sniped out the jump. Really good stuff. Now we're only forced to use Arsene. Arsene coming out like just barely to get the powered up side B off of that. Really good stuff. Oh my god, but
nice
Ravenking is just doing such a good job finding every little bit of percent, but Red is just firing on all cylinders. She's not allowing that to really trip him up too much.
Yeah, and both players really finding success on the ledge here. Neither one of them really resetting to the center stage until they're forced to. A lot of this game being played on the ledge. They're both trying to take these early stocks because they know they can. Red slowing the game down a little bit, managing his resources, taking his time. That's what I like to see. Grabbed the wrong way, very unfortunate.
Oh yeah, but luckily for Red, and you know, Ravenking even recognized this, is that he was just a little too far away for the full dragged out confirm. So counting our lucky stars there, we see Red. He was ready for that jump from ledge, but unfortunately for him, those guns did send him to center stage.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we're ready for it. So like that's the most important part.
Right. Especially when you're able to just throw out all these,
oh my god,
as much stuff as Steve can in this matchup. Yeah, very, very interesting Scrabble situation on the ledge there.
Red playing with like Ultra Instinct right now, like just throwing out so many different things against Ravenking on the ledge there, not allowing him to really get too comfortable trying to recover at all. And I love the way that Red is also making his way back to stage. All the stalls that we're getting out from him,
yeah,
the patience is really important and like has been make or break for Redacious.
Yeah, absolutely. And with a character like Joker, like with as good of an air game as he has, he's going to be in the air a lot, calling out those options in the air and you know, being able to change your momentum is like it's so important, not just in every matchup, but especially in this matchup, because like I said, Joker, very aerial character. If you can catch him out in the air, make him feel uncomfortable there, that might discourage Ravenking from being in the air. Very nicely placed back air, gonna take that stock very early.
Yeah, and really good timing from Red on the back air. I just want to call out, like, normally you see a lot of Steves go for that short hop back air because of the auto cancel, but Red actually going for the double jump to kind of mess up the timing a little bit on it, and catching Ravenking just a little off guard for it. But Ravenking doesn't seem to care too much, but you really should be a little bit more careful with how you're throwing out those S smashes, because stuff like that could cost you very quickly.
Yeah, just a little bit too late on that air dodge rate. He had the right idea, but just not quite the right spacing.
Yeah, just barely. But Red is playing around Arsene expertly. Now we're low on mats, though, right? So this is one of those positions where Ravenking really should be putting his foot on the gas. And
Absolutely.
yes, he is immediately. Yeah, no wood on deck for Redacious. We do have gold, though. As we say in the business, we get our gold and we go. So that might be, with that increased frame data, that's going to be really important, especially because now we have no Arsene.
Yeah, absolutely. Red trying to mine a couple of resources here. Very low on everything. Just ran out of iron, fresh out of it. On the ledge here, very dangerous situation. Nice jab from Ravenking, gonna cover that that neutral tech. Getting that up tilt sniped out.
Yeah, what's happening now is like Ravenking is doing a really good job calling out all of Red's defensive options, but now that we have the gold on deck, right, Red is feeling a little bit more, you know, oh my god, okay. I was gonna say he's feeling a little bit more brave because he's able to throw out significantly safer options, but that, ooh, the up B just barely clipping through the stone blocks, and now we have to be super careful if you're Red, right, because you do not want to get hit by any Arsene aerial at
absolutely.
all. Oh my god! breaking the sword on that clank is just so unfortunate.
But I like those blocks there. I like those blocks right next to the crafting table, realizing that there's not really much that Ravenking can do in that situation to really kill him without being too committal. Very nicely placed F smash, gonna catch that dash attack.
You pointed it out perfectly there, placing the blocks behind him, but also the discipline to sit and hold your ground on it was really important for Red there. Just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna set up shop, I'm gonna put the blocks behind me, worst comes to worst, I get dash attacked, and I either get sent to the other side of the stage and we get to reset, or I get to tech and I get to get the punish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forcing Ravenking to play so much more careful than he possibly could, and I like that Red stuck to his guns there instead of panicking.
Right. And I do want to see that a little bit more, because that is just such like a fantastic option. Like placing blocks behind you is like it's really just so hard to deal with, because you know you don't want to commit too hard. If Steve techs off those blocks, he gets to do an action out of it like a back air. You're really gonna regret that, and you know then you're just in a even if he doesn't do anything, you're just in a bad position anyway. You know, getting hit by that nair, or maybe that up tilt, that up air, one of those faster options at a disadvantage, take even more damage, put yourself in an even worse position. But Ravenking off to a good start up right here, sending Redacious right off stage again.
Yeah, quick 40% off round start for Ravenking there, and whiff grab isn't going to get punished. Can Red find a little bit of something? Yes, he can. We're getting these jabs. We're walking the dog straight across the stage. We're not going to be able to get that forward air spike. Red recognizing that, immediately resetting to the ledge, and we're going to go for double down tilt. Ooh, we are able to get the roll read correct, but unfortunately for Red, just a little too far on the grab, and now Ravenking is going to be able to play here. And play is what he's doing. Oh my god, 85% Arsene on deck. Can we find a full stock off of it? Not just yet.
Yeah. Redacious not confident in that up B. Maybe could have confirmed off that? I'm not sure.
He might have been able to, but in a situation like that, it's so risky.
Yeah,
it can be really risky.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for kind of backing off there, not really wanting to deal with what Arsene has to really offer there. But Ravenking starting off this game number 4 super cleanly.
Yeah, absolutely. Finding these back airs at ledge. Back air really doing its work in this match, especially.
Yeah,
there's another one.
Yeah, back air in general in this matchup is just so good. But I love that landing up air coming out from Red there. I love the TBC back air as well. We're gonna kind of throw out as much as we can. And yes,
there you go.
Finally catching those jumps from ledge that Ravenking has been so reliant on in his disadvantage. I love the down tilt, but unfortunately for you, it's just a little outside of the window to confirm into anything else. That like that grab at 0 down tilt does confirm into grab. It's just true. Like
yeah,
just nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about that.
but we are able to find that drag down kill confirm on the platform for stock number 2 on Redacious, and Ravenking up a full 2 stocks to 1. Like, really, all of a sudden, like I had said at the beginning of the set here, Ravenking has a tendency to start to snowball against Redacious.
Yeah. And especially when this Arsene comes out, very inopportune time for Redacious for Arsene to come out. Does manage to get a little bit of something there, but calling out the air dodge there. More ledge play, accidental wall jump there probably. I don't anticipate he wanted to do that. Maybe he thought he was going a little bit further off stage. Regardless, that back air gonna send Redacious in a very uncomfortable position, just barely missing that dare. Nice counter. Hasn't thrown that out too much, but oh my god, yeah, Shades of Roy there.
Oh my god, Redacious just pulling out the Jer right there, able to find a quick stock for himself, but those blocks are also going to save Ravenking a little bit, and Red's having a really hard time finding his way back to ledge. I love the stalling off ledge with the no iron down airs, but unfortunately for him, Ravenking is just way too ready for it.
Yeah, he's just like he's starting to use that just a little bit too much. But honestly, like when you're that far off stage, like not many resources, like what are you to do?
Yeah, you have to find a way to stall as much as possible.
Yeah.
And, like you have to give yourself also, like, not only just stalling kind of throw off the timing for them, but it gives you enough time to actually think about the next step that you kind of want to take. But unfortunately, just not thinking fast enough.
Yeah.
And I think the venue for our finals game is, once again, small battlefield.
Battlefield.
Yep, this is exactly where we're going every game here, and Red firing immediately with these jabs. I love that, and waiting for the Rebels guard.
Yeah, very nice call out.
Yeah, knowing that the Rebel guard is coming and not going for the down tilt to give him too much percentage off. I like the restraint from Redacious.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been very conscious of it throughout this set. You could see him pausing a lot in between these hits that he's getting, calling out that Rebels guard. But I don't really think he's been able to get much off of punishing it.
Oh my god!
Very nice combo off the late minecart there.
Yeah, just immediately the late up tilt, or the late minecart, and then rising up air into a TBC back air to get a quick percent off. And now we're doing the same things, right? We're kind of really holding on to the ledge there, not allowing Ravenking too much to work with. I love immediately knowing that the dash attack is going to cross up on you, right? Just going for the jab and a forward smash that's not going to take the stock just yet. We're able to find a little bit of something there, a little bit of signs of life from Redacious here, and we're able to find a stock off of it as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I love platform canceling with the Elytra. I love it so much. It's such a fun thing to do.
It's so cool how much little tech Steve has. Like I feel like I learn like something new about this character every day. Like as much as people might complain about this character, like I think Steve can be fun. Like is very fun to watch, honestly, on average. I think.
Yeah, and there's just always something more to learn with this character.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, Ryan is one of those people when it comes to this matchup specifically, feels like he wrote the book on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean, we've seen Red all night, by the way. He got a lot away with those, like, super high up Bs, like going as high as possible on the up B, and then, like, allowing the drift, allowing him to kind of, like, fall a little bit, and then immediately, like, swooping down to find a drift away, right? We've seen him succeed with that all night. The last set, he had a lot of that, and this set, he has had a lot of that, too, but Ravenking finally recognizing that and be like, okay, no, I'm going to find a way around that. You're not getting around me, and oh my gosh, easy call out on the landing.
Very good.
Red on his last stock of the tournament. I love the minecart, but unfortunately for him, Ravenking is way too ready for it immediately with the Paragon.
Yeah, Red. It looks like Red's just like looking for a lot of these moves to try and lock Ravenking in a position where he can't do anything to try and stall out that Arsene, throwing out a couple of minecarts, throwing out a couple of anvils. But the thing is, like when they don't work, you're in a very bad position there. And that air dodge after, I believe it was that anvil that didn't work, is really what led to that second stock. But ooh, just barely missing the dash attack. Very nice match on Ravenking's part, but you're going to say not quite, no.
Yeah, that's not going to take the stock, but I do like that he was able to get a little bit of shards there, and I think that, ooh, just barely, really good match coming out from Ravenking there. He's able to find his way out of the minecart, and now we're going to apply a lot of pressure here, because now Red has no iron, and Red knows it. He's able to sneak in a quick back air, get a little bit more of the materials there. I love the down tilt to catch the late up B. No stock for you on that really good air dodge away from that up air, because that could have just been game.
And that is it. Very solid game from Ravenking there. Found that confirmed when it mattered the most.
Yeah,